Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this video I want to teach you how to cut a pant, a knicker, a short, anyway, because I'm actually cutting a knicker, a short, but you can use this pattern also to cut for trousers. Yes, so feel free to comment on the comment section if you don't understand anything. I promise you this is a beginners friendly, very beginners friendly. You will understand everything. So if you don't understand also, you can comment on the comment section. Let's continue. So right now I'm taking the measurement. The length is 17. I'm taking the actual length. I'm not adding any allowance. So I mark the 17 for the person's length. So right now the next thing I'm using, I don't add allowance because I'm using the band. I'll use the band to add. So right now I want to take my customer's crotch, but I'm not using the hip. I did not measure the person's crotch or whatsoever. This is what I do. I divide the person's actual waist by 4. Yes, I divide by 4. So let's divide. Her waist is 30. So I would divide 30 by 4, which will give us 7.5. Okay. So if you don't know how to divide, just use your tape to do it this way. Like this. Fold your tape like this. So we mark 30 gives us 15, and you bend it again, it will give you 7.5. You can see. So this 7.5 will mark it. So this is the pattern I use no matter the person's size, no matter how fat or slim the person is. I don't measure hip or measure the person's crotch. So I use his or her waist to get the crotch. So no matter the person's size, no matter how big or slim the person is, that is how I get the person's crotch. So right now I will divide the waist by 4. I'm adding elastic to this waist. So I will be adding 4 inches allowance. I can add up to 4 or 5 inches depending on how big the person is, but this I'm using 4 inches allowance because she's on the slimmer side. Yes, so I add 4 inches allowance and I divide. Whatsoever it give me, I use. Whatsoever it gives you. So always add your allowance. So right now it gives me 8.5 to quarter after adding my allowance, and I mark my waist. So I'll connect it to the crotch. Yes. I match just like so. Do it this way and I promise you won't regret. So right now on the knee, I will be getting the center of my knee, but I want to make sure that everything is equal. So is what is here now is 12.5. I will mark 12.5. The middle of 12.5 give us 6 to quarter. So I will have to mark to get this 6 to quarter. This pattern helps me to make it fitted, very fitted. So I use this pattern to cut. If it's trouser, you take your descending at the foot. Yes, so it will help you to get a straight line. Let one side don't be bigger. I don't know how to say, but if you understand what I'm saying, it will be on a straight line. So the next thing I'm going to do is to measure her round knee. Her round knee is 16, so I divide it by 2, gives us 8. So I'll be adding it half inches allowance for sewing. I always add half inches allowance for sewing for my trousers. Yes, so this 8.5, now I would have to divide it again. Instead of me taking, I want to like to approximate it to 9 to give me enough allowance, not much, not too big, not too small. So this 9 comes out 4.5. So I have to mark this 9 like so. 4.5, you see, I get the middle. So right here I now take the person's proper lap. Her proper lap is actually 11, but we'll be adding half inches allowance, which is 11.5, and then I mark like so. So I'll connect it down to this part here, and the same thing in this other side. So this is how it is right now. I connect it. This is how I take my trouser, my knicker. When you do it this way, and I promise you there will be no faults. Just take it step by step. So right now I'm just blending it so you can see it clearly. So I'll go ahead and cut it. So follow this pattern. I don't take hip measurements when I want to sew a trouser or a short. I don't take hip measurements. I don't take crotch measurements. I just use the person's waist to get her crotch. So since I've been using this pattern for all the sizes, no complaint, just try it and I promise you, you won't regret it. So this is me. Of course, I'm just trying to get for the pocket. I'm trying to get it for the pocket, the measurement for the pocket. You can go to my YouTube channel to see how to get the pockets and how to fix it, also the front trouser pocket. I'm just trimming out the English mouth so it will be easy for me for folding when I will fold it down. So I'll be using this to cut the back. So right now I've gone ahead to throw the material to get the back. So let me just get this and use only just this place that the chalk is so that we'll understand it clearly. Yeah, so like this now I've placed my material to get the back, and I'm trying not to waste this material. Also, I'm managing it. It's not mine, so I just want to make sure that I don't waste it. So I'm taking the person's measurement. So I'm taking 3.5 here, actually 3.5, depending on the person's size. So this person is actually size 10, so that is why I marked the 3.5. If it's a bigger person, I will make it up to 4 or 5. So I just marked this 3.5. Actually, I can also use 3 inches. Also, I can use 3 inches because she's not fat. So let's start. The first thing I'm going to do, I will mark a chalk on this crotch here for the back. Then I will mark 1 inches allowance or 1.5, depending, but I'm using 1.5 for this because this second line is where I'm going to connect this from the waist. So I'm going to mark 1.5 for the waist. You can use 2 if it's a fatter person. I can use 2, but this is not a fat person. I'll be using 1.5. So this will make her bump to set. Actually, yeah, set her bump to set well with this 1.5. So I'll connect it to the second line, not dipping my hand too much. You know, women, we do have butts, so the next thing upper here I'll be taking 1.5. Also, you can also make it 2 depending on how big, but I'm taking 1 inches here. Then I will slant it from the pocket side, from the side to the back. Then the next thing I'm going to take is 2. This place here is compulsory for anybody. 2 inches is always compulsory. I'll connect from this second line to these 2 inches, like so. Now this way it's correct. So this place, depending on how big, like I said earlier on, if the person is on a big side, you take from, let me say, size 12, you make it up to 3.5, 4, yeah. So depending on how big the person is. So if the person is not big, there is no need taking up to 4. It will just be extra on the person's bum, on the person's flap. It will be extra. So in this pattern now, I will go ahead and cut. And this other side, I did not take any measurement at the pocket side. So I'll be going ahead to cut it round. I'll be cutting it all round. So please guys, do well to like this video, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell for notification whenever I upload new videos. And please, if you don't understand anything in this video, comment, say it on the comment section, and I do well promise to comment, to reply you, give you any correction, any place that is hard for you. It's a promise, please. So this pattern like this, I've cut the back, just as you see, everything is set. The next thing is for me to cut the band, cut the pockets, and start sewing. So let's dive in. So right here I'm cutting the pockets for the front pockets. Also, like I said earlier, if you don't know how to make the trouser pocket, go to my video. You will see I post a video on how to cut and sew trouser front pocket. The video is right there, so you will see every measurement, everything. So I've gone ahead to cut the pocketing. This is what I will use for my front pocket. The next thing is to cut the band. I'll be cutting the band for the waist. This band also is what will also add length to it for folding, because remember when I was actually cutting, taking the measurement, I did not add any allowance for the length, for the trouser length. So this band, whatsoever you use, if you're using 1 inches, 2 inches, 1.5, that is what you'll also be folding down. If I'm to take 2 inches, for example, that 2 inches will be in fold, which means by the time I open it, it will be 4 inches altogether. Understand? So whatsoever you take, if it's 2 inches in fold, that means you'll be folding 2 inches at the length when you're done, so you want to fold. So like here I take 4 inches here on this one, so I'll be folding 2 inches, and this band I will cut it in 2 places, one for the front and the other one for the back, just the way you see. So just do it that way. The next thing I'll be cutting the next one also, and do well also to measure the waist. The place you're to measure on the waist is where you divide, you add 4 inches allowance. If you don't really understand, you can also just add up to 5 or 4 inches allowance from the person's proper waist, then you cut it in full just the way you see me do mine, because you have to add extra allowance. So I'm done cutting the band and the pocketing. So I'm checking everything complete. So after that I will have to gum my pocket. After gumming my pocket, then I will sew. So right now I want to gum my pocket. I've cut my gum stem and everything. So like you see me, I'm preparing the pocket. I add my gum stem. If you've watched to this point, I want to say thank you so much for watching to this point, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notification bell for more videos. I want to be trying my best to be adding more videos. It's not easy being a setting all these videos, is actually not easy, but I'm trying my possible best. That is why I post more on the shorts. So right now I'll be going to sew the flap. After I'm done with doing the pocket and also the back, then I'll complete. Let's go to the machine. So right here now in the machine, I will sew the back. This is the back. I will go ahead and sew the flap. I'll be using like 1 inches or half inches, but I like using half inches. Yeah, I like using my half inches. It's very important at the back, because you don't actually need any more due to the pattern I use in cutting it. So I like using half inches. So like so, I will sew it, but I'm not going to sew it to the end. I won't sew it to the end, just I will stop like about 1.5 or 2 inches. I won't sew to the end. This is the back, so I will stop right here, and I always make sure I tag. It's important. If you don't tag, it will lose. So this is the back. After this, I'll be going to the front. I'll introduce the front. But before that, the pockets. Yeah, so I'll be fixing the pockets one after the other. So if you don't, sorry, I fast forward there because the video is too long. Like I said, how to fix a pocket, to cut and fix a pocket, the video is down there, so you watch. It's very simple, it's just beginner friendly. You will understand it every step of the way on how to fix, cut and fix front trouser pockets. It's very simple, just as you see me who are doing it here. Yeah, you will understand it very well. If you don't understand, also just comment on the comment section and I will also reply you and give you the corrections on it. So right here I'm done fixing the pocket for one of it, and I'll go to the second one. So right now I'm done fixing the two pockets. So I'll be sewing the flap just the way you see. I place it like this, then I will sew the flap just the way I sew the back. I take half inches, I'll do the same thing at the front, like so. And I stop here and tag. So you can see the front, see this is the back. Exactly. The next thing I'm going to do is the band. I will introduce the band to it. Folding it, you can go ahead and sew it first like this if you can, but if you can't also you do. So right here I'm done. Sorry, my video was not captured. I had no idea my video was not showing when I fixed the band. So when you're done, this is what I like doing also on my trouser. When I'm sewing my trouser, especially on vintage material, I like sewing on it like this after I'm done fixing it. I like holding it this way, like it gives me this ready-made vibe at the back, giving it another beauty at the back. Yeah, if you can also be doing yours, you will like it also. So this is how I sew it. When I sew, I drag it. You know, it's an elastic. If you don't drag it, it won't hold. It won't hold. So this is how I sew my elastic. I drag it just like this, the way you're seeing me. I will do this on two lines. I sew it twice. So you do it this way, just little. As a beginner, or even if you're a prof, just take your time. I'm trying to fix my needle, my thread. So I'm done with it, and this is how it is. This is how it is. You can see the band. See how beautiful it is, how fine it is. So you can go and weave if you have your weaving machine. Just weave this band part. So but before that, I would like to hold the two sides first, and I'll be holding it with 1 inches. But this 1 inches that I'm holding it, actually I won't take exactly 1 inches exactly down. Yeah, I won't take it to down. This is how I do it. Look at now. I will just take and slant my hand a little like so. I will take 1 inches and then I will just slant my hand little to half, then to 1/4 inches to the down, just the way you see me. So this is how I sew my trouser on the females. So I just tag and I take the 1 inches tag and sew till down, like so. As you can see, I'm not fast forwarding the most important place that I know that is important. So you take it step by step gradually for you to understand and for you to see it, and make sure it's equal. So I'll repeat the same thing at the other side also. Yeah, so the next thing I'll be going to do is to weave it. So right now, let's see the length of this trouser with the band that we have had. Now you see that it's added. Sorry, it's not showing down, but you can see the 17, the actual person's length 17, and the allowance is there up to 19. So with this pattern, I promise you no fault. Yeah, first off, try it on your own self before you do it on your customer. So right now, I just weave the sides and some place. I did not weave the crotch actually. I did not weave it. I just weave the down part and the sides, then the waistband. I will still weave the crotch when I'm done sewing because I like weaving them together. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to fold. I'll be folding my allowance. Like I said, whatsoever you use for the band is what you'll be folding. Yes, if you use 2 inches for the band, last in 2 inches in fold, which means by the time when you open it, it will be 4 inches. So that means you're folding in 2 inches. You can even still fold 1 inches if maybe you notice that, oh, the length is shorting up. But if you follow this pattern, it will give you a good length that you will not regret, oh, I forgot adding my help. And also it will help you manage your fabric, not to be adding excess allowance and you later cut and waste the fabric also. So I'll be folding the down part of the knicker. So I'll do the same in the other leg also. I just do one time folding. I do not double fold because I weaved the down place. So if you did not weave it to give you a neat work, please double fold so that your work will be neat. It's always necessary for you to give a neat work whenever you're making your clothes. So neat work is very important. It also shows the beauty of what you're making when you make your clothes neat. You weave, you iron, you know. It makes your clothes beautiful both in the inside and the outside. So right now I'm done folded. The next thing I'll be doing is to close the nail. Take the person's knee measurements, round the knee measurements, and then I will close it up. So as you can see, now I'll be taking the knee measurements and I'll make sure that they are both equal, just the way you see it. Place it equally at the side, the tip and the side. Make it equal. Then you take the measurements. No guessing work. Always take your measurement. No guessing. Yes, don't do guesswork. Take your measurement. So the person's knee divided by 2, you divide it by 2, and whatsoever it gives you, add, just stick it there. Don't add. Whatever it gives you, if it gives you 10, which is 20, you do. If it gives you 9, you do also. So from here, I will say also I won't be taking exactly, I will be slanting my hand also, just the way I did for the side. So like this, I'll be slanting. I will take the exact measurement just at the tip, and then I will slant my hand by coming down from the measurement to 1/2, then to 1/4. So I will sew it. If you've watched up to this point, I want to say a huge thank you for watching this video, taking your time to watch. Thank you so much, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notification bell for more. So you just have to fast forward here because the video is too long. Yeah, so I'll do the same thing at the other part, also take the measurements and sew. So right now I'm done sewing. So when you're sewing, you will notice that the under is not closed. Remember that we did not stop at the ending of the flap. As you can see, is open, so we have to complete the sewing of it from either the front flap or the back. Yeah, you can see my nails, my finger. So we complete the sewing from that place we stitch down to the other parts there. Yeah, so I like doubling my sewing my stitch twice, like double sewing. I will sew it on top, right on top this first sewing, so that it will be strong. And I close that down part. I would sew it at once from the front down to the back, or from the back down to the front. That is how I do it, like so. So that not when the person will bend down want to see it, it will open up, now for safety purpose for your client. And also it will make it stronger, make the stitch to be strong. So I'm going to take this at the same time setting it right on the first stitches. So I'm done with it. Cut my threads, and our short is ready. All I'll do is you just go and weave. I'll weave the flap, so you can see it is closed. Close, and Monica is ready. So you can see how fine it turned out. So I'll still add zipper. I'll add zipper by the side also. Yeah, I'll add zipper side to be easy for her to wear. Yeah, so here is my zip. So I'll sew my zip to the side, so that she will not be struggling to wear it whenever she wants to wear it. She will just wear it freely. So right here now, I will have to lose it up. I will lose it up to 7 inches or 8, 9 if the person is very fat. But to this one, I'll lose it to 7 inches, and then I'll fix my zipper. But I'll also tag wherever I'll stop. I will tag also to secure the stitches. Don't always forget to tag. Oh, don't forget to tag. Oh, always remember to tag, so that where you lose will not start. Where you lose here will not start losing from there. So always remember to tag whenever you're sewing anything. So right now is me fixing my zipper, following that. Oh, that's why I like sewing it before fixing my zipper, so that I will trace it with the stitches. That line that is there, I trace it with it. No need for me to start taking measurements or start slanting my hand by fixing my zipper. So I'll just follow that stitch. So right here I've done fixing my zipper. I'll just have to trim it, cut it down, and it's ready to wear. So you see how fine the zip turned out. I'll just have to fold it down, the head, fold it down to salute and tell you well done. Well done. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. So right now I'm done with my knicker, and it's very fine. So please do wear to like, subscribe, and turn your notification bell for more videos. And I promise, please, I will post more videos. So here is it. Try it and you will love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye.